What's up mga kagandang guru?
Gandang Guru Vlog, yeah!
Today, in our new vlog of GGG Gandang Guru Garcia, we're going to tackle about four types of media. The four types of media will be number 1, text media. Number 2, visual media. Number 3, audio media. And 4, last but not the least, motion media. After we discuss about the major information of media, we're going to tackle about source of media or ways how to make these medias as a source of informations. And after that, we're going to give and I will give you some information on how we people could give information to others or giving informations to peoples in social media or other platforms. So now, without further ado, let's go! Ubiwas! We're going to start about text media. So what is text media? Text media is a kind of media that uses or utilize text, symbols, character letters, and number to give information to others. These include various types of publications like manuscript, database, and documents. So, I will give you some example. First is dictionary. Dictionary is a major part of the text media because we're reading it. It contains text or characters and letters that will give us information. Dictionary could give us knowledge about vocabularies and how the words could be used. There are books or novels that contains written or text formations that could give us point of view or knowledge about people's or stories that could influence us, giving us information about other people's lives or empathy. Then we have learning books or learning modules. Like this one, the oral communications in context. It composed of text. It considers text even though there are pictures because it is full of words. That's why it's considered as text. We could read it. It will be a visual media if the text or the pictures is more than the written or the letters. Now let's move on for the next information. Let's go with the visual media. Yay! So, what is visual media? Visual media is a type of media that utilize or relies on the ability of the readers to see and perceive. Because visual media utilize pictures like this or and many more. We perceive and perceive when using of it to depict the meaning of a certain visual information, because some visual information have different uses or different impact to peoples. As I said earlier, these are some of examples of visual media. Now, let's go with audio media. So what is audio media? Audio media is a type of media that utilize the hearing ability of a person's in utilizing sounds in giving informations. We are gathering information or giving information through sounds without the means or need of vision or sight. Now, I will show you some examples of audio media or things that could use as an audio media. Here, the radio. Radio have different stations that have different uses. Some station give informations like news. Some is entertainment like music or stories. Then, here. This is called Walkman. We put what we call cassette tapes and headphones or earphones.
Then, we're going to listen with it. Sometimes people use or put some cassette tapes with documentation, some sounds, And others with stories like radio. But in radio, it's live. In cassettes, it is already recorded.
Last but not the least, the motion media. So what is motion media? Well, motion media is a type of media that use moving video and it need movements, speed, and actions. It also depict or explain as a mixture of visual and audio. In some instance, we also use text. It's like the combination of the three first media. So,
Some example of this is movies. Here. These CDs like this, we're going to impact it for the DVD player and we could watch it in TV or televisions.
some more examples of it are TV or televisions, live, like news, and many more. Yes, everyone, now that we know about the four,
So what again the four? First is the text, the visual, the audio, and last but not the least, the motion media.
media. Now that we know these four types of media, let's go on some ways on how we people can gather information or to make the media as a source of information. First, in text, we need to utilize the ability of reading and the ability of sight. Reading is a major factor or ways to make text media as a source of information. We read books, newspapers, or readable devices to gather and to get informations. In reading, we can use or highlight or underlines using pens or ball pens the important part of the text that we read so that we could know what is the most important. Newspaper. By reading newspaper, we can get a valuable informations. We can know about the latest news in town. We can know about what or who died and important informations about showbiz idols. By the use of sight and the ability of reading, newspaper can be one of the greatest source of informations that contain information that we want to know in the terms of text media. Last but not the least is dictionary and encyclopedia. These two are the greatest source of informations or ways on how we can get information in text media. How? Well, these two reading devices or materials contain information that we can and some additional knowledge that we can utilize and use. Knowledge that can be seen and read in encyclopedias and vocabulary improvement that came from dictionaries. Yes, now that we know about text, why don't we go to visual media? Visual media. In visual media, we need the knowledge of perceptions and understanding in the sense of sight. Perception and understanding, or these two, is the most important ability of a media that use and people who want to get informations to make visual media as a source of information. This is because we utilize painting and drawing that make different meaning or depends on the people on how he see it or how his emotion feel with it. Understanding of this or the reason why the visual arts is presented in certain things. With perceptions and understanding, we could know or we could gather informations in the visual arts and it could be made as a source of information to us. Drawing and pictures. These three can be seen anywhere. We see pictures and other drawings as a basic informations giver. But actually, they are one of the best way of how visual media can be utilized as a source of informations. Many paintings were created in old times or old centuries so that it could give us information about a certain time or certain period how the people there lives. Sometimes this art can give us emotional informations and aspect of life awakening. How? Well, while seeing it, we could pursue or perceive or visualize what or how these people live, how these people or what their condition are. That's why it considers as a source of informations in visual arts or visual editings and advertisement. This can help us to gather more informations and help us to understand a certain information. With a mixture of arts and pictures, Some information can be easily understood and can be raw information to us, like editings, visual advertisement. We can know what the product or what kind of product they produce. Now let's go to a diagram. A diagram is a source of information that could be a lifesaver for us human. It contains logo of a certain brands that can give us as easily determination or determine who is the shop or what the shop are or the certain things that we can get with it. Signs like stop and no U-turn could be a give or a big helper for the safety in terms of traffic. That's why it's the best source of information for us because it could be help us to save our lives and it could give us we know about visual media. Why don't we go to audio media now so that we can learn how it will be utilized as a source of information? In audio media, a way to make an audio media as a source of information, we should learn how to listen well. Listen is the idea of focusing in the voice and sounds. The difference between listening and hearing is that listening is focus while hearing is just getting a sounds or we just absorb sounds without knowing it. It's also the best way of giving information in the terms of audio because by listening we can gather more information and understand it easily. Radio. Radio is a way to get information as a source of informations or get an audio media as a source of information. How? Well, because it gives us information or important newses and entertainment to us. It can give us varied source of information that we need to learn or we want to learn too. Sound records. Sound records or voice record is an easy access way of informations. Many people can do it and we can get information from it. By listening to other podcasts and record voice, we can learn and we can get variable or varieties of information from it, from their experience, opinions, and knowledge. It's also useful and helpful because we can use it again and again. How? Well, because it's record, we can utilize it again if we miss something or we forget something. So it's the best way of getting a source of information in audio. You know about audio media. Why don't we go to the last one, the motion media? Watching and listening. Because it is a part or a mixture of visual and audio or sometimes text, we need these things to ourselves. We need to focus in our ears and eyes in the video are presented to us. By doing this, the motion video or the moving video that we see like news, video records, and many more can be understands and we can get clear information through it. Television and news. Television provide variety of source of informations to us. Because we can see and listen, we can easily understand and get information too. With news that we can watch from it, we can have many more informations about our surroundings and about the happening in these days. So that's why it could be a great information or source information to us people in the terms of motion media. Video record or movies. The recorded videos and movies, if not the one or not the best, but one of the greatest source of information to us. Why? Well, it gives people easy access informations and we can see it again and again. And we can revise a certain parts of the video or the part that we forgot or doesn't understand because it's just records. So we can see it again.
So we can understand and know more things because we can see again and again, as I said earlier, those parts that we miss or we forgot at the first place. That's why video records and movies are one of the greatest or the greatest way of getting a source of
information in the terms of motion media. Now that we know about the 4 source of informations in the terms of the media, why don't we go about how we ourselves can be an access in giving information to others? Let's talk about that. We can get varieties of things or different things that we learn from the source of informations that we gathered. We can share it in different platforms such as social media for an easy access of the peoples, or We could also write books of our own knowledge that we can let people to read on. We can also teach in the front or by teaching and writing or making a PowerPoint presentations and many more ways to give an information to other peoples. That is one of the greatest idea on how we people could give information through the means of text media by using the writing skills. Let's go to visual media and how visual media could be help us to give informations to others. By the means of using drawings and creating visual arts, we can give our own perspective and lights in about what is going on in our society right now. We can use charts in PowerPoints, presentations, or pictures so that our audience or the people that are watching us or listening us can learn more or determine more about your presentations easily because they can see a simple and clearer examples. We can also use photography and captures local happenings that our people in society needs to know, and we can post it in social medias or in other platform for mass audience learnings. Many things can be do or used so that we can give information to the means of visual media. We just need to think more. We could also help other peoples with it. Audio media. Audio media can also be used or utilized as a sharing information platform. How? Well, we can make voice records of our own thoughts in social problems and our own lives that can help or lives influence that can help or to inspire many people. We can also do teachings and influencing by the means of speaking. How can it be audio media? Well, we utilize or use the power of voice or sounds and letting others to hear it with their ability of hearings or to listen. We can also use or post audiobooks, but we have or should have a certain citation of the real owners of the book so we don't have or we won't be suing with the copyright law. We can also make podcasts that talk us about mental problems for our viewers to learn and inspire too. There's many things we could do or use by the means of audio media. Motion media. Like the four, it could be utilized to give information to others. How? Well, we can post video films with lessons with it and send it in, or post it in social media for mass view. As like the audio media about audiobooks, we should also post citations or agreements with the real owners of the film or the video for no copyright law will be sued to us. We can also make short films if we have a big budget for it or peoples to do the video, or we can do like this, vlogging like what I'm doing right now. There are a lot of things we can do to use or utilize motion media as a sharing platforms for us. We just need an idea of what we need to do and how it will affect our societies and how we can make it. Now that we know about the things that I taught you or the things that I give you now about the informations of media, I hope you can use it to use the media as a platform of a useful way, to give a useful informations and to gain it too. As my motto in life, an information with usefulness that we gain and share can be the key to improve our own society. That's all mga kagandang guru. See you in our next video. I love you. Bye-bye!